small announcements, and then we will get to the live. I'm pretty sure that we are back on track. The past month has been a little iffy, in and out, but we'll make sure you're getting taken care of here and get your answers, get your questions answered tonight. Let's see. I just got to pull up the comments here. All right, I apologize for all the wait. All right, so we got a couple of announcements just real quick. I just did a balut video this week. If you have not seen that and you're interested in selling balutes or the process behind it, I highly recommend you check that out. Also, I just posted about an hour ago or so pretty much all the information about Quail Con that is 100% confirmed. So you can definitely check that out. And I think we only have like 35 tickets left. So make sure that if you're interested in coming, you check that out and see if that's something that you would be interested in doing. It's September 3rd and 4th. We did have enough donations from last week to get an incubator for the next 18 and under contest winner. So if you do want to donate to the channel, all proceeds will go to Quail Con tonight. And this is Sunday. We usually do this every Sunday, but like I said, we've been off and on for the past week or so. So I think it'll take us a week or two to get back to where we were. But I will be back on track going forward, I hope, unless something comes up. Who knows? And we do a couple things on Sundays when I am available. And so if you have any questions, feel free to ask. And I will do my very best to help you out on your quail journey. And it could be any question, whether it's quail for profit or raising quail or quail colors or whatever the case may be. We will do our best to do that. We do a couple fun things here every Sunday. And if you've hatched any eggs out from us this week, feel free to let me know what the hatch rate was, unless you've already told me. And we will write that down for our records. Right now we're sitting at a 70.1% hatch rate on chipped eggs for the year. So I'm pretty excited about that. Obviously hit the like button, support the channel. I greatly appreciate that as well. And if you want to let us know where you're from, it's always interesting to see where all the quail people are at in the world. Now I do lives twice a week. I do them on Sundays and Mondays. Sundays is more community setting. I read all the comments. I do try to go as quickly as possible, but we kind of take our time and just hang out, and it's fun like that. Whereas Mondays, it's a rapid fire Q&A. So if you don't have a lot of time to get your questions answered, then Mondays would be great to join. It's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I only read the questions. I don't do any announcements or anything like that, and we just rapid fire the questions and help as many people as we can. I think that is all the announcements and how we do things on Sundays. So we will get into it. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and we will be happy to try to help you on your journey. Verna Young's in the house. Verna Young and Ed Got Bait are my moderators here on YouTube. They're also leaders on Facebook groups. So thank you very much for all you do. Flew the Coop Farms is in the house from Urick, Missouri. Welcome. Glad you're here. David Lister's in the house from McAllister Quail Trail. Welcome. Glad you're here. Andrea Perry's in the house. Welcome. Glad you're here. Andrea says, traveling between states with my birds, filed a 9-3 form with Npip as they directed. Have my Npip papers on me. Any other tips for interstate travel? Nope, you pretty much got it down. That's all you need. Congratulations. That's great. Good luck. Andrea says, moving from Oklahoma to North Carolina, but heading to Michigan and maybe Alabama to see family on the way. Well, you're going all over the place. Good luck and be safe. 8 people, 4 dogs, 3 cats, 15 quail, 5 rabbits, and 2 ducks. Good times. It sounds like it. It's at least a memory, that's for sure. Jesse Mills is in the house. Good evening, everyone. Listening in while getting the stock tank pool set up. Awesome. Congratulations. Good luck. Witch Doctor's in the house. Welcome. Glad you're here. Tim Baldridge is in the house. Welcome. Glad to hear. David says, Zach, are there any issues in having standard size quail and jumbo size quail in the same brooder, or should I open up a second brooder? No, brooder's fine. I wouldn't. Yeah, brooder's fine. I wouldn't worry about that at all. Make it easy and just do one brooder. That wouldn't be a problem at all. Josh was in the house. Welcome. Glad you're here. Crispy's in the house. Are there a lot of Southeast Asian people in your area? Yeah. Not really in Miamisburg so much, but Cincinnati, Columbus, Vandalia, I mean, the surrounding areas, yeah, there's a decent amount, sure. I think I looked it on Google a while ago. I think it's 10% of the population in the greater Dayton area. Scott's in the house. Welcome. Glad you're here. Little Ridge Farms in the house. Welcome. I actually did a live with him. It was kind of like an interview kind of live. What was that? Tuesday, I think. On his YouTube channel, Little Ridge Farm. You can check that out. We talked about some things that we usually don't talk about on here, so it was pretty interesting. Tony's in the house from Toronto. Welcome. Glad you're here. Braden's in the house from Tennessee. Welcome. Edgar A. Wolf is in the house. Welcome. Glad you're here. Sherry's in the house from Southeast Texas. Welcome. Lori's in the house from Orange Park, Florida. Welcome. Marie's in the house. Good evening from Maria and Frank at Twin Oaks Farms in North Canton, Ohio. Welcome. Glad you're here. PJ's Family Farms in the house. Welcome. Also a leader on the Facebook group, so thank you very much for all you do. Katie Bella Creations is in the house. Have you noticed a difference in temperament among the colors? No, not really. Sometimes they'll pick on the white ones, but other than that, they're all pretty much the same. Akram is in the house from Yemen. Welcome. Glad you're here. That's super cool. Thanks for your help last Sunday, Zach. Not a problem, Maria. Hopefully it helped. Steven's in the house. Hi, all. Sorry for my absence and tardiness. Just brokered a deal for all quail I can produce. 20% farm retention for restocking my covey. There you go. Awesome. Congratulations. That's super exciting. Akram says, I'm interested in quail farming for profit. I do have a playlist called Quail for Profit, and that has a bunch of videos on there. And then I think, I haven't fully decided yet. There's going to be some topics that I'm going to talk about Quail Con as far as Quail for Profit goes. I think I'm going to hold off on those videos until after Quail Con, but I do have some more coming your way as well. We did just get a $10 donation from Texas Coturnic Quail Connection. Can't wait for QuailCon 2022. Got 140 going in lockdown tomorrow. Awesome. Good luck. I can't wait to meet you. And we've got a lot of stuff in store, so I'm really excited about QuailCon as well, for sure. And thank you very much for the donation. Right now we are, I meant to say this at the beginning. Give me just a second. Oops. We are looking, we need $60 total, so 50 more for the game area and a bunch of cool games for the adults and the kids. And so that's what donations are going to go towards tonight. Just some extra fun stuff for Saturday and Sunday for the kids. And then we're going to get into some really cool stuff for donations. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. The kids and probably the adults will enjoy that. Tim says, any secrets to keeping a male grow out pen? My 6-week-old males are vicious to each other. Yeah, make sure that there are 2 sources of feed. Make sure that they have plenty of water, feed all the time, and if you can, cover the cage with a tarp or a blanket or a towel or something like that, and put them in darkness, and that will fix everything. Jennifer's in the house from Maine. Welcome. Glad you're here. Can't wait for QuailCon 2022. Me neither. I think it's going to be a great time. Hopefully you guys can watch that video later on. And we've got a lot of stuff in store, plus a lot of amazing speakers this year. Build and Grow 21's in the house. Welcome, glad you're here. How can I tell if predator killed my quail or could they have harmed each other? Moved 62 outdoor cages last week. 2 days later, 2 were dead, 2 were badly injured, 1 was missing head. If you're missing a head, it was for sure 100% a predator attack. 100%. Now, with the predator attack, they could have injured each other by trying to get away or being crazy, but there was definitely a predator issue if you're missing a head. It's a good question. Braden's in the house. How do I get Npip certified? Actually, if you type in Npip by Myshire Farm, we go over what Npip is, just a short little video, and then we also give you the website to go to and start finding out how to do it, because every state's a little bit different. But that website will direct you to what you need to do. Lisa Quails is in the house. Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Glad you're here. Steve Barry is in the house. Your jumbos are doing fine here in Redding, California. 109 degrees outdoors with a mister. Awesome. Love to hear that. Congratulations. Sounds like you're doing great. Sage Wolf 1975 is in the house from Northeast Ohio. Welcome. Glad you're here. S. McKee is in the house. I lost 3 hens out of the same pen of 7 birds. 2 white ones were scalped and I picked, and the 3rd hen had a hole torn out from behind her leg. There's another cage below them with no losses there. I don't see any other question on that. It could be a lot of things. If they've been together for a while, then either something spooked them, they ran out of food, they ran out of water. If it was just a put together cage, make sure that they have plenty of space, make sure that they have food and water at all times, make sure it's 5 hens to 1 male. Those are a couple ideas to look at. Sherry's in the house. Welcome. Glad you're here. Carl's in the house from Williamsburg, Kentucky. Welcome. Let's see. Ed Gray Wolf says, my incubator 1502 was full at the beginning of this last week. 126 chick, duck, turkey, peas, goose, and quail, both about 360 quail on the top shelf from 3 different week auction eggs. Awesome. Congratulations. Wish you all the best. Wanderan's in the house. Welcome. Glad you're here. Tanya's in the house from Central Texas. I'm so excited to have gotten on tonight's live. Well, thank you very much. We're happy to have you. And hopefully we will entertain and educate at the same time. Mike is in the house from Northern California. Welcome. Henry's in the house from Michigan. Welcome. Glad you're here. Linda Easton is in the house. Linda Easton Waller is in the house from Sacramento. Says hello to fellow quail raisers. Linda is actually going to be, she's got a background in marketing. She's actually going to be in an expert table. I haven't mentioned this yet, and we're going to be doing a video on it shortly. But she's going to be in an expert table, and we've got some really, really cool, fun stuff planned. We've got to do a couple things to finalize it all, but we've got some really cool stuff planned for her to help you out on your marketing ideas for Quail for Profit at Quail Con. And then I think we're actually going to team up together and do some really cool, good videos together. So I'm really excited about that. Texas Coturnix Quail Connection again donated $10 to Quail Con, so thank you very much for that. I appreciate your generosity, and can't wait till I can meet you. Mel K's in the house from Seattle. It finally stopped raining here, and we are officially in summer. Awesome, congratulations. Whispering Pines Coturnix Quails in the house. Hello everyone from northern Minnesota. Hope you're all doing well. Hit a great milestone this last week. Sold about a dozen frozen dressed birds. Will be processed more this week for sale. Awesome. Congratulations. We are actually processing another 100 on Tuesday. So 'tis the season for sure. Congratulations. That's huge. That's awesome. Lawful Axe is in the house. My white quail seem antisocial and slow mentally. The other quail ignore. That's okay. That's better than the alternative. Jasmine Bass is in the house. Jasmine, I meant to text you today, and then it was literally like 3 minutes before the live, and I was getting to it, and I was like, I'll wait. So if you have time and you don't hear from me by tomorrow, if you could reach out to me because I want to talk to you about something. Thank you very much. Little Ridge Farms in the house. Everyone said it was a great interview with you, Zach. Thanks again. Awesome. I love to hear that. Gray Wolf says, when I get all the bugs worked out, I will be getting some jumbos from you. I got a mixed colors from the auction. Been watching your videos and learning how not to kill them. There you go. Well, best of luck to you. Good luck. We'll actually be starting up our auctions again in about 2 weeks, maybe 3. So I'm pretty excited about starting that again. That's always a lot of fun. Brandy's in the house from Farmerville, Louisiana. Do you know good male to female ratio for Bob Whites? No. I thought they were 1-to-1. I thought they mate for life, but I could be wrong. Not big on Bob Whites, unfortunately. Sorry. Let's see. Wanderan's in the house. My first generation of chicks is due tomorrow, and 5 extra due on Friday. Wish me luck since I'm only working with an IncuView, which is an incubator. I put the late ones in a hermetically sealed sauce container with a Govee inside. Interesting. Well, good luck. I wish you all the best. Micah says, how much has the quail industry grown since you started? 100-fold. More than that. A lot. And that's great. I mean, it needs to keep growing. It it needs to keep growing at a underground level. I really don't want to make anything I don't want the quail world to be widespread as far as people taking notice, because I'm afraid that the more that happens, the more rules and regulations come into effect and things like that. So we do want to reach people, but in my opinion, it needs to be more of a grassroots movement than trying to go real big. You know what I mean? But it's huge. It's huge compared to when we started. Great question. Katrina says, hello to everyone from Gilroy, California. Apologies for my tardiness. We don't take attendance. You're good. But I have good excuse. I was taking quail out of my pressure canner. There you go. Awesome. Congratulations. Very cool. Also, Katrina is also an admin on Facebook, a leader in the community. So thank you for all you do as well. No, there won't be any alcohol on the property, unfortunately. Well, fortunately. Well, too much of a liability. Plus, insurance said absolutely not. Tom C. says, we got our tickets today. This is our vacation for the year. Awesome. Well, I hope that you enjoy it. We will do our very best for you to enjoy your time, get some education, get inspired, meet a lot of cool people, and have some fun. Chad's in the house from Minnesota. I enjoyed your balut video you just did. Thank you. Was wondering what's the chance of any eggs hatching out on the customers. That's never happened. Very, very, very unlikely. Like, I can't think of a scenario that would be possible, because you're taking them out on day 12, so they're not ready yet. So they would have to consistently stay at a 99-degree temp for like 4 more days straight. I'm not saying it's impossible, I just can't think of a scenario how that would be possible. Let's see, Lawful Axes in the house. Ed and Mel, welcome. We're glad you're here. From, I don't know what that word is. Puyallup? I probably butchered it, I'm sorry, but I'm glad you're here. Let's see, Natasha's in the house from New Zealand. Welcome, glad you're here. We are in the winter and our night temperatures can be below freezing. At what age can chicks in the brooder go without heat lamp my brooders in a garage? That's a great question, and I would recommend at your season right now, I would do 4 weeks. During summer, spring, even the beginning of fall, you could do 3 weeks. They're fully feathered. But if it's getting below freezing at that age, I would wait until 4 weeks. Then it'll give them an extra week to be fully feathered, and they should be good to go after that. Oh, bring your own bobwhite. No live quail or hatching eggs are allowed to come due to biosecurity. Sorry. So no and no. No one's talking to me. I'm trying to find the next one. Sorry. Let's see. Jeanette's in the house from Northern Alabama. Welcome. We're glad you're here. Jennifer is in the house. Welcome. Glad you're here. The dates on Quail Con are September 3rd and 4th. Linda is in the house. Welcome. Glad you're here. Katrina says, how's your arm? It's not great. It hurts. You probably can't see it too well. I got it taped up right now, but it's uncomfortable. My burns are okay. My burns aren't too bad. It's been a long week. I am having trouble processing the quail. I hate to kill them. What's the best way to process them humanely? To process them humanely, my recommendation would be to watch the butcher video we did, I think, last week. That's the easiest, fastest, in my opinion, most humane way to do it. So I would watch that video. It takes some practice for sure. I did not see this until now. I am so sorry, but Build and Grow 21 donated $4 to Quail Con. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. I did not see it before, but I appreciate the generosity, and we will put that towards the game area. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. S. McKee says the cage with the dead hens have been together for several months with no problems. I can't figure out why they would suddenly attack each other. Usually it's a change in something. So they ran out of food, they ran out of water. There was, in their opinion, a possible predator attack, or something that spooked them. Usually there's a big cause behind a change, especially if they've been together for a long time. Henry B says, I would like to get 5 jumbo quail from you, but need to know if they are too noisy and smelly to keep inside of the home. No, a lot of people keep them inside, spare bedroom or closet or whatever the case may be. I wouldn't recommend going to like 6,000 quail, but yeah, a handful of quail would be just fine. Absolutely. La Rochelle Farms in the house. Welcome. Glad you're here. I did a bloodless call video a couple months ago, and it works great for me. But Mark from La Rochelle Farm said that he couldn't figure out how to do it. It just wasn't working for him. And he messaged me, I don't know, this week. I can't remember what day it was. And he found a new way. Somebody had showed him a new way how to do it with the breast. And I have been shown that before, but I could not get it down. And every time I tried it, either I got pooped on or spit up on or just made him angry or whatever. I just couldn't do it. But he did a video on it late this past week on how he bloodless calls them, and it's a great method. So if my method doesn't work, or if you want multiple methods, I would definitely check that video out. And it's the YouTube channel La Rochelle Farm. But I thought it was a great idea. Dixon Zulu is in the house. Hi, everyone. Watching from Zambia. Yet to start quail farming. Well, welcome. We're glad you're here. And we wish you all the best. Good luck. S. McKee in the house from Eastern Washington. Welcome. Glad you're here. Juan Duran's in the house. Welcome. Glad you're here. La Rochelle Farm says, I'm getting CE layers from 2nd Gen Myshire Fab V's. What do you think occurred? I had to add a CE carrier male with CE carrier female, or what other possibilities? Most likely you added a CE carrying male is what you did. I highly doubt the fab fee the fab fee ruse were CE carriers. They could have. I guess that's a possibility too. I would assume that the fab fee that are producing the celadons, the females have to be CEs. Males do too. I don't know what you did. I mean, I don't know if you mixed them together or you have them in a separate cage. It's hard to say. Witch Doctor says, anyone from last year Quail Con have a hotel recommendation? Good question. I don't. We bought Verna's cookbook. Do we pick it up at Quail Con? No, it's emailed to you immediately. Well, I don't know if it's immediately, but within like 20 minutes. Nikki James in the house. Hi, all from Missouri. Zach, will Tuesday around 8:30 your time be an okay time to call? Tuesday at 8:30 would be fine. Should be fine. Yeah. Tom's in the house. Welcome. Glad you're here. Kathy's in the house. Aram and Kathy from Louisville, Kentucky here. 23 hatch, 22 on day 17, 1 on 18, 0 so far on day 19 on 59 eggs. 1 baby died, unknown reason. We are happy with what we got. If they're still in there, Kathy, let's do one more thing because you're only on day 19. So wrap your incubator. I think your temp's just fine. Wrap your incubator and increase your humidity by about 7 to 10% for about 36 hours, and then call it quits after that. But I bet we can get some more to hatch. But keep me posted for sure. We'll make sure you're taken care of. Linda is in the house and donated $5 to Quail Con. Thank you very, very much. I really appreciate that. And the kids will as well. And I'm sure the adults will be playing the games as well. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. Let's see. Akram says, I've learned a lot from you. Thank you. Well, thank you for watching. I appreciate that. And hopefully we can help. Steven says, to prevent being pooped on, stop feeding 1 day before the call. Yeah, it's true. And we do that with the chickens. I don't do that with the quail, though. We could, but I don't. It's not a bad idea, though. Scott says, hi, guys. How long do you purge before processing? I don't know what you mean. We process them at 8 weeks, and then we let them sit for 24 hours, and then they're good to go. Let's see. JS Perini Farms is in the house. Welcome. Glad you're here. A lot of new people tonight. Welcome. I'm glad you're all here. Again, Linda donated $5 to Quail Con. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Not talking to me. Cycle Word 360 is in the house. Welcome. Glad you're here. Hope is in the house. I purchased some quail from you. I ordered 25 eggs and I have 25-12 hatched. It's not great. If you want to contact me, we will. Oh, I guess I can write it down. Can you let me know what kind you ordered? Go ahead and contact me. We guarantee a 50% hatch rate, and we'll make sure you get taken care of. Let's see. And that might be the fastest live ever. We have no questions. If you do have any questions about quail or Quail Con or anything, feel free to ask. I'll give you guys about 2 or 3 minutes. Yeah, I'll give you guys about 2 or 3 minutes. And if there's no more questions, we'll just end it early. That's not a problem. While we're waiting, I can go over the announcements I did at the beginning in case you missed them. So Quail Con is confirmed. Everything's paid for. We are good to go. All the speakers are confirmed. Food trucks and porta potties and tents and all this fun stuff. So that'll be September 3rd and 4th. The video's on the YouTube channel I just posted today. In the description of it, the link at the very top is a link to the website to see prices and more information on there. But we've got a lot of really cool stuff going on. So it's a 2-day event. Saturday is going to be tours and a dinner and, just kind of mingling together, and vendors and raffles and games and obstacle course and expert tables and all kinds of really cool stuff. Sunday is just jam-packed with speakers, so I'm really excited about that. And then obviously we'll be back on tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our live. I think we're going a little fast tonight. We don't have as many people, which is completely fine. One is enough for me, just because I've been inconsistent with the lives. So we will get back into that to try to help people. And so I appreciate everybody that's showing up so far. How's your arm doing? Arm's fine. It's sore, but it's still functional. It's not falling off. Katie Bella Creations says, I've been sharing the eggs with my neighbors and coworkers. They love them. Awesome. Congratulations. That's a great way to get the word out. Michelle's in the house. About how long does it take for wounds to heal? For quail, they're pretty fast. I guess it depends on the severity of it, but I mean, it could take anywhere from 5 days to 3 weeks, but pretty fast. Typically about a week, week and a half. The Salty Badger's in the house. Got 25 eggs locally, and only one didn't hatch after 20 days, but was fully formed. One died. The runt, not bad for my first time. That's awesome. Congratulations. Scott says, how long do you remove feed before processing? I don't. They've got constant feed until I take them out of the cage. La Rochelle Farm says, I have my original first generation Myshire farm fab fee separated. At first I was not noticing any CE eggs. I also was getting low fertility, so I switched out my 2 roos. I am now getting a few CE eggs. I would assume one of those roos was CE carrier, is what I would assume. The humidity is at 70%. And the temp is at 100. We increased it already today. We have a Govie inside watching the temp and humidity. No fluctuation. Temps hardly at all. I'd still increase your humidity about 7%, especially since you're already on day 19. Can't hurt anything. La Rochelle Farm says, I'm guessing I added a CE male to the already CE carrying hen I had in cage. I would assume that would be my guess. Jimmy's in the house from Southern Alabama. Welcome, glad you're here. Pap and Homestead's in the house. How long the egg can last refrigerated? 2 weeks. It's technically a little bit longer than that, but to be safe, everybody should just say 2 weeks. Wanderan says, on the 5 late eggs, is it better to put them into lockdown 4 days earlier, or should I keep them in that airtight box till the 15th day? I think this is pretty big risk as it is. I would wait until day 15. Jeanette says, yes, they've killed millions of chickens and other birds this year, and I don't think they really proved that the birds were diseased. I don't think you're talking to me. Dale says, would you suggest the pheasant egg holders for jumbo quail or regular quail trays for the GQF? For the jumbos, I like the pheasant trays. But I do like the quail trays for all the standards. Jumbo Wild. Thank you very much, Hope. Make sure you get with me. Let's see. Katrina says, I just ordered an electric egg peeler thinking I will actually hard boil more if I do that. There you go. Good luck. The egg trays you have for the lockdown, where did you get them? For lockdown. If you're talking about the big white baskets for our built lockdown, we made those. That has to be what you're talking about. I would assume that's what you're talking about. We made them. If you're talking about the incubator trays, the big white ones that hold 221 eggs, Those are from eBay, I thought. I haven't ordered them for a while. I thought they were from eBay, though. La Rochelle Farm says, most important question or secret I would like you to share. What is the miracle cure to prevent cob weed buildup? Cobwebs. Got it. Circulation. Actually, I was actually going to do a video on that, actually. I don't think it would be very easy for me to explain. I mean, we still have them, but the shipping room doesn't have them hardly at all. And that's because we did something different. So I was going to share that and then give you a couple of suggestions. So I will do a video on that, but barriers and circulation would be ideal in that situation. But there's so much dander and dust, feed particles, and all that stuff. You're not, I mean, especially where the quail are, you know, the cages, you're not, I mean, that's just the way it rolls. Tanya just donated $20 to Quail Con. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much for the generosity. That goes towards the games for the kids and the adults for Quail Con. Once we get that paid off, then we've got some big things planned. So thank you very much for that donation. I really appreciate it. Yeah, shop vac works great, especially in the corners. We pressure wash everything, which helps tremendously. Um, at the very top, because our ceiling is really high, we actually just put PVC on the shop vac. Go up there and do that. So we do that a lot. We shop vac, and then there's not really a way to decrease it or eliminate it out of the actual where you have the quail. Like, it's just not going to happen. The more circulation, the better, but it's just not going to happen. But like, we have the shipping room attached to the main barn, but we've isolated that and we've got circulation going and we have no cobwebs in there. So I was going to give you that idea, but as far as where they live, it's just the way it's going to be. Do the quail only attack other males, or do they sometimes kill the females? Very rarely will they kill the females. They could scalp them, they could hurt them, but very rarely would they kill them. Usually they'll either kill the males or the hens will get irritated and peck the males' eyes. Usually. That doesn't usually happen, but if it does, that's usually what it is. Do they work in the 1502? No. I'm really confused on which lot. Oh, if you're talking about the incubator trays, the big white ones that hold 221 eggs, no, they do not. Those fit our do-it-yourself incubator. We've got quail egg trays, and then we've got two types of pheasant egg trays for the GQF. Jasmine says, oh, Zach, I've been having a lot more success using my Frigibator as an incubator only, and the LG for hatchers, especially for the jumbo eggs. That is awesome. I'm glad to hear that. I had a feeling that would happen. So that's awesome. Congratulations. And if you can, when you get time, get with me sometime soon, because there was something I want to talk to you about, Jasmine. But that's awesome. Congratulations. I'm glad you worked that out. Little Ridge Farm says blowtorch. Be careful with it, because there's a lot of cobwebs and it can go real bad. But yeah, I guess I've not tried that. It scares me. Jeanette says, I like the little quail, but they can be ornery little guys. I think they're funny. They can be, that's for sure. Oh dear God. The salty badger is not talking to me. I'm sorry. Let's see. Stephen Fox says that Stephen, I'm not seeing any. Yeah, you can either send it directly or I don't really know what's going on, unfortunately. I'm sorry. David says we got an autumn amber out of our last order of pansies. I guess you know what our next order will be. There you go. Yeah, that would make sense with what we're trying to do with the pansies, so that would make sense. Yeah, I do love the autumn ambers. They're great layers. Ed Gray Wolf says incubator tray that you use to swap the whole tray into the lockdown without handling each egg. Incubator tray that you use to swap the whole tray into the lockdown. Yeah, so the white trays that went into the incubator that turned, those are from like eBay. They hold 221 eggs. But when we flipped them into the lockdown, those we made ourselves. Let's see. Sounds good, Steven. Papin says, how big of a difference on size is a jumbo egg versus a regular egg? It's a good question. Typically, the jumbo eggs are anywhere from 12 to 19 grams. Usually they're about 14 to 19, but 12 to 19 grams. The standards are about 9 to 12 grams. So a little bit of a difference. Jimmy says 13 jumbo mix, 6 weeks old today, got 2 eggs. Awesome, congratulations. That's super exciting. They should all start laying real quick for you. Michelle says I had a roux with his scalp split open and a hen with a slash on her throat. I separated them and cleaned them up. Now my hen has been laying every day. It's kind of weird that you had a roux scalped. I don't know what happened there. Looks like they did not get along. The Rochelle Farm says, have you even incubated for balut and 50 count quail egg flats in the GQF? Asking for a friend. We did, and it gets real hot and moisture builds in there, and the flats are very sturdy, and we were having a lot of issues with them being flimsy after a while. You can clean the GQF really, really well, but you're not going to get every nook and cranny and things like that. And so that'll blow around. And it was really hard to clean the trays once you brought them out. Like there would just be specks and stuff. So it's not a bad idea. I didn't prefer it. So we just did it the other way. I don't think that's a bad idea though. It was just a little too flimsy for me. And, we were stacking them real high and it scared me. Oh, well, I just answered how it went. Juan says, also my cages have 1.5. And my female's got bumblefoot. What can I put the cages to help them out? I tried cardboard, but they slide around when scared. Oh, okay. I see what you're asking now. Well, bumblefoot has nothing to do with the wire size. It has to do with the quality of the wire. So there's regular wire, and then there's galvanized wire, and then there's PVC coated wire. You get PVC coated wire, and that eliminates bumblefoot completely almost. I mean, every once in a while you'll get one, but almost completely. The galvanized will help tremendously and prevent it a lot, but the cheap wire, almost all of them will be like that. So it's the quality of the wire, not really the size of it. All right, sounds good. Thank you, Jasmine. Linda Easton Waller says, I'm fascinated by the use of the shop vac to clean the quail during processing. In the video, you showed it being used on butterflied quail. Do you use it on whole quail as well? Nope, just the butterflied. Yep, just on the butterflied. It worked great, though. The first invention, Papa the Builder tried, and it was more of a he was trying to blow it out. And then George was like, well, why don't we just use a shop vac and suck it out? And that worked much, much better. Steven says, I wasn't going to switch the colors, was asking if I can switch the males and females. I didn't get the first part, but yeah, I mean, all the colors will go together. And so, as long as it's a good male and female ratio and they have plenty of space, yeah, that wouldn't be a problem at all. You can either email me or you can text me, and both of those are on our website at myshirefarm.com at the very bottom for contact. So you'll just contact me that way. Whiskey Tango Farms in the house. Hi there. Sorry we are late. Got distracted in the garden. Just listening in. Hi, Feather Fam. Welcome. Glad you're here. Micah says, have you had luck getting the prepper community into quail? It seems like it would work. Yeah, I mean, it's starting. We're more focused. Yeah, I'll say it that way. We're more focused on the backyard first step of self-sufficiency. I think it's a good addition to anything. I really do. But I really would like to get to people. My main focus is getting to people that really don't know about self-sufficiency or don't know where to start or whatever the case may be. So getting them into the fold. But yeah, I mean, we absolutely, we try to talk to everybody about it. S. McKee says, when a new hen lays her first itty bitty egg, does anyone else brag about it without telling anyone how small it is? It happens, yes, for sure. It's like catching a fish, and you're like, that fish was awesome, but it turned out that it was just a minnow. Kilby Life is in the house. Welcome, glad you're here. Bill Levis at Pedham All Farm, love the name. Zach, thanks for the 91% hatch. So happy to have new genetics in my covey. Love to hear that. Congratulations. Jasmine says, I've been processing quail by myself indoors lately. Learned that doing 50 alone is my absolute limit. LOL. Now I stick to doing only 25 in a sitting. We did chicken roos today. Quail are my fave. Yeah, chickens. Yeah, butchering quail are so much better. La Rochelle Farm says, I don't remember if I asked this before. Do you use Turner when incubating for balut? We do. Yep. It just helps them develop on instead of sticking to the side. The more you handle the balutes, the more you'll see. The more you'll see how important it is to turn. They'll tell you. Wanderian says, I have galvanized cage wire from Tractor Supply. In that case, with layering Home Depot green PVC coated wire help. I know the poop might build up, but I'd rather clean after them. No, that wouldn't help. I mean, it's just going to get even nastier. They're going to step in it, and even more infections are going to happen. Tear the bottom out and put PVC coated wire on there that's, 1/2 by 1.5, or that's what I would do. Graham Fam OK is in the house. Welcome, glad you're here. Zach, the reason I asked about the incubating for balut in the quail egg flats is if they are purchased in 50 count flats, that way they would not need to be moved from tray into flats, just remove the duds. Yeah, I agree. And we did try that. So I don't think it's a bad idea. It just didn't work for me because, when you get the flats in, or at least when we had them in, really, really, really sturdy. But when they're in the incubator for 12 days, you pull them out, they're definitely not as sturdy. So that scared me. And then trying to pull them out, I just couldn't get my fingers in all the way. And then I would either start damaging the eggs or start damaging the, because each, around each hole has those little pop-ups or whatever. It was just faster for me to just candle a lot and just move them. But I mean, we did do the flats for a long time. I mean, we did the flats for. We probably did the flats for 2 years. Also, to be honest with you, it was also a money issue. The flats were, at that time, I think the flats cost me, in bulk, like 80 cents. And the cards didn't cost me that much. So that was another reason to save a lot on cost. It would save a lot on time, but I've been doing it for so long and I do so many that I'm pretty quick at it. So I think it's a good idea, and I think that would save a ton of time, lot less transporting. You could just collect right in the flats. I think that's a great idea. I think it depends on how much you can get the flats for, because if you can get the cartons for X amount, but the flats are 3 times the amount, that adds up, especially when you're doing a lot of balloons. So that's just something to keep in mind too. Rowan's in the house from St. Lucia. What's up? Question: will Quail Con be live on YouTube? It will not be live. We'll be doing videos, not of the whole thing, but we won't be going live. I'm planning on going live both days for just a minute, but like the whole thing won't be live. No. And we are gonna try our very best next year to hopefully do. Like a paid for live on YouTube. I don't really know how to explain it. I'm still looking into it. Dale says I ordered jumbo Egyptian May 2nd. Are they closer to 10 or 12 weeks? The Egyptians are closer to 12. 11 really. About 11. Verna says Steven's question is, okay, in the feather sexable video, he says breeding hens of pharaohs and roosters of Egyptians will make feather sexable. I was asking if I can do the same with roosters and Egyptian hens. Well, no matter how you put them together, they're going to produce feather sexable quail. That's not the problem. They're both going to produce feather sexable. But the only way to make sex links from day one is for the Egyptians to be male and the pharaohs to be female. The roux gene has to be the male for sex links to work. But if you put feather sexable to feather sexable, whether it's male or female, either way, it doesn't matter. They'll produce feather sexable quail. But to do sex links, the roux has to be the male. Hopefully that makes sense. A. Jones is in the house. Hi all. Better late than never. Checking in from the northeast tip of Ohio. Welcome. We're glad you're here. Robert Davis is in the house. You can paint wire with epoxy coating. You can. It's not very long lasting. We did try that before. But, I mean, that would probably get you for about a year. Maybe a little bit more. One says, I'll have to look for it in that case. Thanks again for the advice, Zach and chat. Not a problem. I would recommend checking out critterfence.com. That's where we started getting all of our wire from. I've never talked to them. I've only ordered it online. But man, I was really impressed with how fast it came. I was really impressed with the quality of it. I was happy with the price. It was cheaper than Amazon. I was happy with it. I think they're based in California. I wouldn't hold that part to me though. Pretty sure it's California. A. Jones says, I'm going to try my best to get the time off to make it this time around to Quail Con. I'd love to meet you. That'd be absolutely awesome. Somebody else said Critter Fix Epoxy. There you go. Sex-link quail. Sex-link quail is so there's feather sexable and there's non-feather sexable quail. So there's wilds, which are feather sexable, and then there's whites, which are not feather sexable. You have to vent sex those. Now there's another option, and those are sex links. And so at day one, it doesn't matter if it's well. Let me back up. On day one, you know whether it's male or female by the color of it and not by the feathers. So like we have our jumbo sex links, which produce jumbo wild males when they hatch out and jumbo Egyptian females when they hatch out. We actually have a couple videos on that. You can type in the YouTube search bar sex links by Myshire Farm. And we have a couple good videos explaining all of it. It's in the playlist if you want to look at the playlist. It's in the playlist all about the colors. A. Jones says, I received my quail cookbook and it is so worth the money. Everyone needs to add this to their cookbook collection. Yeah, I thought it was fantastic. She did a great job on it. I think it's only, what, like $15? And then you've got it forever just on your computer. I think it's a great deal. Proceeds of that go to Quail Con as well and to Verna. So she spent months and months and months and months putting all that together. And it looks really, really nice. Let's see. Foster Farms is in the house from Tennessee. First time here. I just found your channel buying some of your baby quail from a guy here in Tennessee. Well, welcome. We're glad you're here and we wish you all the best. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. What's the weight on Jumbo Wild and Jumbo White? Jumbo White is about 2 weeks. Jumbo Wild's 14. Can't get caught up on those, which is crazy because I have more Jumbo Wilds than I have of anything else by like 4 times. Can't get caught up. But the Jumbo Whites are about 2 weeks out. 3 maybe. 2 to 3. Not too bad for the Jumbos. Let's see. Steven says pay-per-view. Yeah. It'll be something like that. A. Jones says, yeah, I look forward to the... Oh, not talking to me. Terry says, harvested my first 9 quail yesterday. Awesome. Congratulations. It felt awkward. Okay. Hope I get more adept to it so I don't feel I am causing quail unnecessary suffering. Next time around, by the time you're done with your next session, you're going to be much, much more comfortable in your process. It takes 1 or 2 times to get a process done, for sure. Oh. Well, that is all the questions for tonight. We went about an hour, so I appreciate that, everybody. Remember, Quail Con tickets are on sale. We are actually running out, which is absolutely awesome. I think we got somewhere around 35 left. So make sure you check that out. See if that's something that you're interested in that you can make. But we've got some amazing speakers. I mean, we've got Chris from Slightly Redneck. We've got Whiskey Tango Farms. I've got the PhD feed expert that's coming. We've got myself. We've got George, which is my right-hand man. We've got Verna Young. We've got a lot of stuff going on. We've got Npip for biosecurity, AI information, because that's been going around. And a lot of stuff like that. I can't confirm this yet, but I am trying to get a balut customer of mine that has been a customer for 10 years maybe, to come out and be an expert table for that day. I think that would be pretty fun and cool. So I'm trying to entice her with some baluts for free, but she's not responding. She started, but she's not great at communication either. So I am working on that. So hopefully that's the next step I can announce, but we'll see. That's still a little tricky. Let's see. Lucky D Farm, you just need to contact me. We guarantee a 50% hatch rate, so just make sure you get with me, and we'll get you taken care of. La Rochelle Farm, thanks for showing up and asking the questions. And if you have any more, feel free to ask. We've made lots of mistakes, and I there's different ways to do it. I think that can at least give you some ideas of what to expect, no matter which way you go. Foster Farm says, I have so many questions about the balut market and marketing. Will be coming to Quail Con this year. Awesome. Can't wait to meet you. We do have a video in the Quail for Profit about balut customers and the process, and then I just did a balut video just the other day. I did do the numbers. If you guys want me to look it up, I can tell you how many baluts we sold last year real quick. It's actually on my iPad. Uh-oh. Where did it go? I hate apps. I hate all technology. What the crap? Hold on. I really will get... Oh, found it. Cool. I don't know what that was all about. Oh, shoot. Wish I knew how to... Oh... Okay, hold on. I'm almost there. There we go. We sold 55,000 balutes last year. Nope. Still not the right thing. Yeah, we sold 55,000 balutes last year. So we've made a lot of mistakes. Oh dear. I lost my spot, but I think there was... Maybe there wasn't. David says, can quail snack on bee balm? I have no idea. I would assume it would be fine, but I never tried it. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell. Absolutely. How the order's going, bud? Catching up on the jumbos, I hope. The jumbo whites I'm catching up on. Jumbo sex links I'm catching up on. Jumbo mixes I'm catching up on. The jumbo Egyptians and the jumbo wilds, I think that I'm just going to be on a wait for the rest of my life. I think that's just the way it's going to go. I'm working on it. David says, hey, from Ozark, Missouri. I put a frozen 2-liter in the cage yesterday. Nicer out today. Awesome. Great idea. I don't know who... Oh, I missed one. I'm sorry. What? I think I'm on a different time zone. I set an alarm to join in when you were getting started. Foster Farms. Yeah, so 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I go live. Now, that's Eastern Standard Time. I go live on Sundays, 8 p.m. on Mondays, but I do post like an upcoming live a few hours before I go live, so you can set a notification. But the best thing you should do is go to our channel, and there's a bell icon. In fact, it might even be on your screen once you close out the comments. I don't know where it's at, but there's a bell. If you hit the bell, it will give you notification. It'll say like all notifications or just, I don't know what it says. Anyways, hit all notifications and it'll give you updates every time I post and go live. Little Ridge Farm says, if anyone has merch, email me for an upcoming live I'm working on. There you go. Linda says, I have to watch the time too because it's 7 p.m. here. KG Brown says, time zone got me just checking in. That's all right. We'll be live tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But I go live twice a week, and if you have any questions, I'm still here. Be happy to help. Katrina says, will the feed person be prepped for questions about what things quail can eat? I feel this will be the main question. How can I grow my own feed for my quail? We're going to be more talking about what their dietary requirements and restrictions are. And then we could have that conversation as far as, so this would be okay and this would be okay, or whatever the case may be. Bell is next to the subscribe button. There you go. Thanks. Oh, the bell does your time zone. Didn't even know that. I think that's all the questions, guys. Well, thank you very, very much. I appreciate all the donations tonight. You guys were extremely generous for Quail Con, so thank you very much. Thanks for showing up. I know that I've been very, very inconsistent with the lives lately. It's just one thing after another, but I will get back on track. I think that it's a good thing for all of us to get together and hang out, answer a lot of questions, get a lot of new people interested, and be able to communicate with each other. So I will get more better at that. I will, I promise. So we'll get back on track with that. I don't have any videos planned for the next week or two. There is about 7 projects going on, and those have to get done or I might lose my mind. So I might be a little MIA for the next week or two, but I did, before we went live, wrote down 47 more YouTube videos that I want to get done before Quail Con. So we're going to get a lot of great videos done before Quail Con, but I got to get the farm caught up first, especially because Quail Con's right around the corner. So I got to get these projects done. So I'll be live tomorrow night, and then you might not hear from me until next week, but we will be back live tomorrow. And thank you everybody for showing up, hitting the like button, subscribing to the channel, supporting the channel, donating to Quail Con. You guys are absolutely awesome. I really appreciate it. And if you are coming to Quail Con, I cannot wait to meet you. If you haven't purchased your tickets yet, look at it, see if it's for you. I'd love to meet you. And if you can't make it this year, we'll be doing videos after Quail Con. It won't be the whole thing, but it'll be some highlights. And hopefully you can make it next year. So thank you very much, everybody. And as always, until next time,